Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 104, released July 1966. Our price, 30 cents, which is indeed cheap. But before we do that, let me remind you, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That is the #1 way that you can support this YouTube channel and help it to continue to grow. Whoa, and look it, my studio's changed. Yeah, I had this idea like a week ago. It's like, why do I have my desk in the middle of the room just so I can have a wall against me? I don't need a wall directly at my back. That's silly. Let's change it. So I turned my desk, and now there's a wall there, and there's nothing. I mean, there is a wall. There's a wall and a window. I'm gonna organize some of this stuff, but I think I like it better already, and I hope you do too. That's a window. That's a shelf full of stuff, and yeah. Anyway, that's that. Hey, please remember, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That's the #1 way that you can support this YouTube channel and help it continue to grow. If you want to support this channel in a different way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. Link is down in the description. You can also become a channel member at YouTube, and that link is down below as well. Support me on Patreon. I will send you a 6 set of stickers, maybe some buttons, maybe even a cool stencil. So check that out. If you support me on YouTube, you get early access to all of my videos. How does that sound? I hope it sounds okay. Anyway, these are the people whom I get to thank for their support today. Dean Jones, Hutch, Ben Forsgren, Joey Gesso, Reflection of Perfection, Frank Snyder, Tom Richmond, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Meadsbury, Andrew Goldfarb, and Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope I can keep on earning it. Let's go back to this. The overhead view. Sorry, everything got kind of knocked out of whack a little bit. Where am I? Here. I might have to adjust this because, boy, my face is really big in this. Here we have the special June Groom issue. I think this is reused in a Mad paperback, right? Surely I must be remembering correctly. This is a nice Norman Mingo cover, an early Norman Mingo cover at that. And look at the old shotgun wedding. I mean, is this the first time that we're seeing Alfred's father? That's what's implied, right? Usually the shotgun wedding is flipped, right? It's the opposite. It's the bride's father being like, listen, you knocked up my daughter. You're going to marry her. You're going to make an honest woman out of her. That's what they said. That's not what I said. I'm very progressive. Here we have a nice, what is this called again? House ad for Mad Records. It's a gas. I think I have that one. I think I have it posted on this channel, maybe. But these were awesome. These are these cool actual records. They were square. I think most of them were square. The ones I have are all square because they had to be stapled into the magazine. So it's like, it'd be a square little thing here, would have the hole. You're able to rip it out, and it actually plays. So that's one of the neatest things I've ever seen. I don't know if that's exactly true, but it is neat. I do think it's neat. So there's that. What else is in here? I don't know. I actually didn't even read over these. I could swear I just saw a Mad fly into Mrs. Murphy's kitchen, mainly because I just tossed her subscription copy through the window. Oh, the Mad Show. This is great, actually. I didn't even recognize that. Hey, gang, you can't get to see our hit off-Broadway review, The Mad Show, or even if you have seen it, you can listen to it on this new Columbia record release. It'll fracture you. It's an original cast album on sale now wherever records are sold. And look at it is from Columbia. It is the original cast recording. They're being honest for all of that. So if you have ever been curious what this looks like, this is what it looks like. I think the hit was The Boy from Ipanema or something. Yeah, The Boy From. And it's like a take on the girl from Ipanema. You guys know the song, surely. And we got to get going because there is a lot of cool stuff. Here we have advertising campaigns with ulterior motives. Ulterior motives. Thank you, Irving Geek. Yes, Uncle Sam is proud of you, Irving. When you bought that new car and that new color TV set and all of those other new appliances, you raised your standard of living and, at the same time, boosted the American economy because of you, more products will be made and sold and our way of life will remain strong. So keep buying, Irving. Uncle Sam needs more patriotic citizens like you. That's sweet. That's really sweet. This is how big my head is actually kind of irritating me right now. Hold on. Okay. I think that's slightly better. It's slightly better. I'm going to have to tweak it a little bit more going forward. Anyway, let's keep America's economy booming. Presented as a public service by the National Association of Loan Companies. Yeah, these are kind of weird because a lot of them it's like, ads that I don't know necessarily make sense. Betty, why the sad face, Betty? I've got a big date with Wally tonight, and look at my forehead pimples. Golly, I wish I was as lucky as you. Huh? Look at me. I'm nearly 15 and my face is still disgustingly rosy clear. You mean pimples are good? Pimples are wonderful. They show that you're a normal, happy teenager. You're a normal, happy, typical, fun-loving teenager who's a part of the normal, happy, typical, fun-loving teenage world. Gee, now I can't wait to see Wally. I like you, Betty, because you're a normal, happy, typical, fun-loving teenager. And I'll always be that way, Wally, thanks to pimples. Betty is presented each week in the comic section by the National Council of Chocolate Manufacturers. That's not real, is it? Not, I mean, I know the chocolate manufacturers aren't real. What I mean is, chocolate doesn't give you pimples. That was like an old wives' tale, surely. If you like this one too, what does living really mean? They're like promoting all these very dangerous activities. And then it's promoted a public service by the National Association of American Undertakers. We're not talking about the wrestling guy either, okay? Here we have a sequel. Yes, sir, a sequel. A sequel. If you think this world out here is in a pretty sorry state, take a look at the troubles besetting those residents of that world within a world as we present another mad peek through the microscope. Look at that. This Paul Coker. Yeah, he probably was Paul Coker Jr. Paul Coker Jr. at the time. He may look harmless, but he's deteriorated many a brain cell in his time. Phil Hahn is the writer. Like this, name your miracle drug. Name your poison. Miracle drug is a poison to them. Anyway, I thought that was kind of fun. Then here, look at Public Enemy #1, Dr. Kildare. Ugly looking brute, isn't he? As far as I can tell, Dr. Kildare was the old-timey Doctor House. It was just a medical drama on TV. I did not know. Nobody knows, even though it ran for 5 years. Nobody remembers this show. They don't even show this on MeTV, okay? So that should tell you something. He refuses to go to the Halloween party. He's afraid the hemoglobins will get him. That's funny. That is a very funny one. It's a clear case of germicide. What's wrong with Max? He's not very communicable this evening. I like that. I thought that was pretty fun. It all started with Lincoln. Somebody discovered that there was a market for old Abe's humorous anecdotes, and so every few years we get a book of Lincoln's witty sayings. A new book of Lincoln's witty sayings would appear. Then along came Bill Adler, who would make anyone seem funny if there was a buck in it. Mr. Adler compiled the Kennedy wit and more Kennedy wit, then branched out with the Churchill wit, and the bandwagon was rolling. Next, somebody jumped on the wit and wisdom of Adlai Stevenson, and one incurable optimist even tried to do a book of the Lyndon Johnson wit. but it turned out to be a very slim volume. In fact, the only thing funny about it was that somebody published it. However, we at Mad feel that this trend will continue, and that humor of more and more unlikely celebrities from the past and present will soon be appearing in these future wit and wisdom books. And they come out hard. The incomparable wit of Adolf Hitler. As Hitler entered the room, he was heard to say with a twinkle in his eyes, "So all these people went in to take their shower." I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that voice while I read the following. So all these people went in to take their showers like they were ordered, see? But when they got inside, they found that the shower heads weren't shower heads at all, but poison gas outlets. The joke was on them. When no one laughed, the irrepressible little chancellor looked slowly around the room and deadpanned. Well, I guess you had to be there. Well, I guess you had to be there. For a true topper the next day, Hitler saw to it that all those who hadn't laughed were there. He was noted for little touches like that. In another lighter moment, when the witty dictator was told that the German reversals at Stalingrad, he entered into a delightfully humorous pantomime in which he shrieked and tore his hair and fell on the floor and kicked his feet and finally took a frothing bite out of his office rug. Of course, it was just another one of those amusing comic performances he was noted for. When it was over and the hysterical laughter had subsided, he observed with an impish grin that all the generals in command on the Eastern Front would be stood up against a wall and... it's just, yeah. The discriminating humor of Robert Shelton, the KKK's imperial wizard of wit. This looks like, doesn't that look like Paul Neuman? That looks a little bit like Paul Neuman. The hilarious humor of Jimmy Hoffa, and the beach blanket bingo bikini a-go-go humor of Annette. Annette, a famous, who did she do movies with? Annette did movies with, there's a guy that she did a bunch of movies with, right? A-N-N-E-T-T-E. Annette. Not Annette O'Toole. Not Annette Bening. I'm not going to be able to find this. What a shame. All right. Here we have In the Hospital. In the Hospital. Well, Mr. Freenbean, time for our lunch. Chunk. Gloop, gloop, gloop. Gloop. Glick, 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 glick. Gloop. Glick, 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 glick. Really, Mr. Freenbean, you're much too old to be playing with your food. I don't know. It's fine. I did my best to sell it. Oh, yeah, let's do this. We've not zoomed in quite some time. Oops. Look at that. Oh. A little mid-air collision tore his banner. Poor guy. Well, no, poor other plane. That's the poor. The poor people are the people on the other plane, right? Not that guy. Oh, see, that's what I gotta like figure out how to tighten this thing up. This is wiggling all over. Not good. We're gonna keep chugging along. Okay. This is something. It's one of those things where it's like, am I allowed to read this? Am I allowed to read this? Listen, I didn't write it. 1 Chinese is a laundry. 2 Chinese is a restaurant. 3 Chinese is an immigration quota. 4 Chinese is a population explosion. Oh, there's always a tendency to generalize about members of a social and ethnic group. This article is calculated to show the idiocy of stereotype casting by the numbers. See, it's idiotic. They're not condoning this. This is to illustrate how bad stereotyping is. 1 Frenchman is a chef. 2 Frenchmen is a political party. 3 Frenchmen is a marriage. 4 Frenchmen is a film festival. 1 Arab is a British protectorate. 2 Arabs is a border war. 3 Arabs is a UN crisis. 4 Arabs is an Omar Sharif fan club. Omar Sharif, what was he in? He was in like, God, why do I have like IMDb open like all day? Wasn't he in the one about that guy who was in the desert? Something of Arabia, right? Yeah, Lawrence of Arabia. Omar. Wow, I'm a genius. Look at me go. I can't show you, well, I could show you my browser, but as you can see, I haven't fixed this one at all yet. So, not the best. All right, so there we have stereotype casting. I'm not going to read this one. You can read that one. I'm not going to read that one. I think that would be, I think I would get my channel in trouble if I did that. Here we go. Here are some whites we can mock. An Irishman. I'm allowed to read about them. 1 Irishman is a police force. 2 Irishmen is a fight. 3 Irishmen is a wake. And 4 Irishmen is a parade. Okay, I'm not going to do that one either. How about mad readers? 1 mad reader is a dropout. 2 mad readers is a lunatic fringe. 3 mad readers is a disaster area. 4 mad readers is our total circulation. We're going to keep this as the Mad Visits the American Mediocrity Academy. Boy, Jack Rickard is getting a lot of time in on these pages, and it's looking great. Absolutely. Make sure you hit pause and read these. Later on in the hospital, well, Mr. Freenbean, time for your breakfast. Our breakfast. Very good. My, you've got a healthy appetite for a man in your condition. And then he burps through the vein. I don't know. This is what I'm really trying to get to. This is writer William Garvin. Nobody given the art credit. I don't know why. A portfolio of shapely mad verse. I always love these. I like them. Heave ho. Whenever o'er the ways I sail, going down then going up, you'll always find me at the rail, getting sick and throwing up. At the bank line, or that at bank or post office, I'm easy to spot. The line that moves quickest is right where I'm not. I get it. It almost works the way I was reading it, and then it falls apart. Here they had the wheel economy. The compact car that would surpass is one whose price tag fits its class. Wedding reception catered. The champagne flows like water, and Daddy takes home some pills. He's losing a dear... And Daddy takes some pills. He's losing a dear daughter, but gaining lots of bills. What is this? Is that like a drink cup? Spring labor's lost. I rake and seed, water and weed, spade and hoe. What will grow after this toil in virgin soil? Kentucky blue? Not in view. Fescue? Bent? Both absent. But what kind of green then will be seen? Just, alas, lush crabgrass. That one sucks. When it comes to code numbers, I'm not very hip. I'm getting my area confused with my zip. Anyway, I like it when text looks like stuff, I guess. That's really what it comes down to. Here we have the lighter side of high school. It's been a while since I've been to high school. Hi, girls. What did you think of the game? Terrible. What do you mean terrible? Our school won 36-0. Big deal. We walked back and forth in front of the grandstand for the whole game, and not one boy tried to pick us up. That's too bad. Here we have, hey, lion in a cage, what's with you? All evening long, you've been pacing up and down, up and down. That exam I'm having tomorrow, I'm really worried about it. If you spent as much time studying for it as you spent worrying about it, you'd be much better off. Studying for it? How can I study for it when I'm this upset? Anyway. How about this? Some Bob Clark. Oh, Bobby C. Bobby C has come to us, and he's made something beautiful. Obviously, look at you have these like big white signs that really grab your attention. But you gotta look in the background. You got to appreciate old Bobby Clark. Reduce speed. Incompetently engineered curve ahead. Detour. Prepare to get helplessly lost. Slow down and fake a full stop. That's what I do. Danger. Construction workers goofing off ahead. Speed limit 15 miles per hour, strictly enforced upon out-of-state vehicles. Dude, you want to know something? Wisconsin is really, really bad about this. They're notorious. If they see you have a Minnesota plate, and probably Illinois too, to be honest. Frickin' Wisconsin. The Wisconsin stinks. Entering freeway. May God have mercy on your soul. Speed. Oh, God, these speed checked by radar, ticket checked by bribe. I just love these illustrations. Road ends here, mainly because so did federal appropriations. It's just beautiful. Here we have postage stamp advertising by Al Jaffee. I do need to zoom in on these because they're really great. I think you can kind of get it by, these are like house ads for the post office, right? And then here's for some advertisers, the TV storyboard technique could be particularly appealing. Here's an example of an effective TV storyboard stamp strip. Let Hertz put you in the driver's seat. And then it's Avis. I don't get why it would switch. I get the let Hertz put you in the driver's seat. I don't get the other one. How about this one, though? McGregor Sportswear, Remington Firearms, Hartford Accident Insurance Company, and Winchester Ammunition. That's such a cool illustration. And then here you have like the Burma shave thing. Empty beer cans on the road are ugly, many say, but at night, reflecting bright, they safely guide the way. Burma shave. There's some more on this page. Everyone would collect odd-shaped stamps. A double purpose could be served by producing them, since it's an ideal way to promote company trademarks. Here's Pabst Blue Ribbon, Pepsi-Cola, Chevrolet, Mobil, and Alfred E. Neuman right there. It's beautiful. I mean, I think it is funny that they have like the little perforation lines because, I mean, what are they connected to? Stamps have the perforation lines because they're in a grid and then you can easily cut them out with the perforations. Here we have the syndicated cartoon strip. Look what I found in Mr. Wilson's head. That's awesome. The one-panel gag cartoon. And then romance cartoons. And the local level postmasters would be authorized to accept small orders for special printings of stamps containing personal messages. Married June 16th, Natalie and Bernie Fink. The People's Choice to re-elect Senator George Graft. Join the Dirty Book Club. I love that dude. Help, I'm being held prisoner in the post office. Arnold Greps. Poor Arnold Greps. Here's Bob Clark. Look at that. Look at that woman. What a babe. Man. And look at, we have Flip the Bird hidden right there. Hidden all throughout this issue. I'm just going to skip this. Oh, geez. I just saw the time. And then here we have track and field photo plays. You guys are going to have to read these. I refuse. I might read a Fumetti. I'm not going to read this stuff. It always upsets me. It makes me mad. It does not make me happy. Still later on in the hospital. Well, nurse, I guess it's about time we cut away those bandages and see how Mr. Freenbean is getting on in there. Scissors, please. Snip, 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 snip. Oh, there was a lady in there with him. And he has little smooches all over his neck. Here we have Loused Up in Space. Obviously a take on Lost in Space. The amazing, amazing science fiction television show. So amazing that they made a movie, I don't know, it's probably 10 years ago now that I think about it. What kind of fireworks would some people like to see? A nuclear blast. And here we have a beautiful, look at this cigarette ad. Tipperillo. Mad's great moments in advertising. The day a gentleman finally offered a lady a Tipperillo. That's what a great face. That's amazing. All right, you guys, this has been Mad Magazine number 104, released June 1966. Remember, please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. That really is the best way that you can support this channel and help it to grow. And it means a lot to me. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.